Today's deck might not be the most competitive deck we've ever made, but it is up there with one of the most unique decks we've ever created. And today's deck's build around is Poppet Stitcher. Now, if you guys don't know, Poppet Stitcher is a creature that helps generate us tokens with Decayed along the way as we play out the games. And after a set amount of these tokens hit the battlefield, Poppet Stitcher will then flip over to this artifact side, pumping up all of our tokens to base power toughness of 3/3 and taking away any sort of negative effects that they may have, like Decayed or not being able to block. This opens the door for the phasing of Zolfer, a brand new card that we're going to use as our sweeper. I think this deck works really well for this card because it acts as a sweeper on both sides of the field, giving both opponents and ourselves these 2/2 Phyrexian tokens in place of the creatures that we sweep, which in fact, if we have a Poppet Stitcher artifact down, our tokens are going to then be bigger than their tokens, and we win that exchange pretty good. The rest of the deck, we've got some fun stuff like Raven Man mixed with Liliana. Raven Man's going to produce these 1/1 flying birds that can't block when Liliana makes them discard cards from their hand, again promoting this whole Poppet Stitcher game plan. The rest of the deck is just full of, cards to help us control the game while, producing us these zombie tokens along the way. It's a lot of fun and very hard to kind of explain over this breakdown, but you guys are going to see the gameplay footage here in just a few seconds. But before we do that, I want to let you know there's a full deck breakdown at the end of today's video, so stick around for that. In the meantime, there's a link in the description below for the full deck list. And if you guys enjoy content just like this, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button as well as the subscribe button, both of those go a very long way and are free ways to help support and grow the channel. With that being said, guys, enjoy today's video. It's an absolute banger, and we'll meet you guys back here at the end. Till then, peace. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we've got a really interesting, and I mean really interesting, Dimir deck for you, because we're going to be running Poppet Stitcher of all things. It's a card you don't really see or hear about too often, but it's going to be a lot of fun. We're trying to do the Poppet Stitcher thing where we flip it over. All of our tokens get, a big pump up on power and toughness. We lose out on the negative abilities such as Decay and not being able to block with the new Raven card. But yeah, we've got a couple of new cards in here. We got the Raven Man, we've got the phasing. Should be able to have some fun with both of those cards. And right away, opponent plays Tenacious Underdog. We're going to pass the turn. It's fine. We don't mind that too much. That's a great find for that. That's a really good find. All right, Kaito's going to come in. We are going to create a token to then draw some cards in a little bit here. It'll be nice too to maybe be able to startle the underdog at some point for 2 and darn it. Okay, well, that's a bit of a bummer. Didn't expect such an early meat hook there. That is a bummer. All right, well, let's draw and discard here, see what we hit. Another land. Yikes. Yikes. Okay, off to a really rough start here. The draws are not lining up very well. I can startle this though and save my Kaito from death here, which is great. Yeah, let's just do the startle. And the startle will be nice too because we get a 2/2 zombie, and that zombie will be able to attack, allowing us to draw a card with Kaito. So that'll work.
You almost stopped me that time.
Attack in. Let's see what happens here. No blocks. I didn't think there would be. All right, let's go, Kaito. Draw me something good here. We need something helpful. A meat hook of our own would be pretty good. Let's see what it is. Off the top, it is, ooh, a phasing.
I'll be taking that now.
A phasing. Interesting. Well, we might take advantage of that. We might take advantage of that. Do we want to? Maybe just phase out Kaito here. Just phase out Kaito and then sweep the board next turn. That seems pretty good. That seems pretty good. Let's try it. Let's go level 2. Phase out Kaito. That way it can't be hit by our opponent's underdogs. Allow them to deal 6 damage to us, which is not ideal. Let me make that very clear. I'm not exactly excited about that. But I could exile both of their Tenacious Underdogs with the Rotten Reunion. Hopefully they exploit one of these underdogs. That'd be cool. They could have dealt us 6 damage prior to that play, but instead they're gonna let us exile it and take less damage. So a little bit of a misstep in my opinion on our opponent's end. Could have got more damage through there. They don't attack in with their other underdog either, even though I can't block. Interesting. We're looking good now. We're looking really good now. Let's you know, it'd be interesting because this Kaito's gonna phase out, right? So maybe we play a second Kaito here and see what happens when we draw a card and it phases out. Then this one comes back at the end step. Well, then they'd both come back, actually, wouldn't they? Yeah, that wouldn't be too good, would it? Yeah, let's just eat this. Let's just eat this, create another zombie token, and then play defensively. Yeah, let's just play defensively here, and let's hold up our flip the switch. If we find a Poppet Stitcher, we're good to go. We have plenty of tokens now to get, you know, take advantage of the board. But we're gonna flip the switch here, create another decay zombie. Interesting that our opponent didn't attack there. You know, let's save one of these. Because if we get a Poppet Stitcher, we're going to need as many tokens as we can get. So, save one of these. Looking to just draw a card here with Kaito. Or Kaito. Drop this. End the turn. Nothing we can do here, man. We're not drawing exactly very well here, are we? We're getting kind of flooded, if I'm being honest. Getting a bit flooded here. Definitely flip the switch there. These flip the switches have come in here really clutch here for us. Really clutch. That's a problem, by the way, because you know, the Poppet Stitcher, I believe it's an enchantment or is an artifact. I can't remember now. Let me just double check here. What is Poppet Stitcher? It is a, doesn't say. Doesn't say. All right, we're gonna trade you out for sure. Startle, that's not bad. Startle's not bad because it not only gets us another token, but it also draws us a card, which is great. And it keeps our Kaito alive even longer because we can do it on the Phyrexian token that they have here. Wow, we are not getting lucky at all with the top decking. Still just trying to keep these zombies alive long enough to get the Poppet Stitcher down and take advantage of them, but don't know how this is gonna go. Wonder if they go with the plus or the minus here. Wouldn't be surprised if they did go for the minus, but that's pretty smart on their part to attack first. Now I've got two zombies, so we're more than likely we're gonna be discarding a card now. They really want that Kaito dead. Oh, that's not bad. That's not terrible, but it's not great. All right. I gotta imagine it's gotta be a plus, right? Yeah, it has to be. Has to be a plus. There's no other way. Crazy, man. Just absolutely flooded. We can't seem to find a Poppet Stitcher to save our lives either, which is a bit annoying. All right, we're definitely going to kill the Liliana.
Fine. I know when I'm not wanted.
They've gained a lot of life with that Meat Hook Massacre. Bit of a bummer, but I am really afraid though of Invoke Despair. I feel like Invoke Despair is really the one card that I have to be really worried about.
Now this is a
That's a good find. Did anyone discard a card this turn? I don't think we did we? Don't think we did. Which means maybe we get down the Meat Hook just to combat their Meat Hook. I don't know. I don't want to leave Raven out there just to be picked off, you know what I mean? Wait, back. What am I doing? Let's do this. Let's just do this. Get rid of their Phyrexian token. We've now got a Kaito on the field. They've got nothing but the Meat Hook on the field. So it's 3 cards to 3 cards. I'm technically winning this exchange at the moment, but it doesn't matter if they have one single Invoke Despair. We're toast. So let's hope that's not the case. I don't mind discarding now instead of just drawing straight up because we do have the Raven Man. right. I do want to blow this up, but I don't want to lose out on these birds that I can potentially be grabbing here. If I phase out the Raven Man, I don't know what to do here. I don't know what to do. It's kind of awkward. Can't lie, it's kind of awkward. What if we phase out their Shieldred? What if we phase out their Shieldred? This is a very complicated card. I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to phase out their Shieldred. And then we'll Raven Man next. And then all of our bird tokens, will turn them into these Phyrexians, right? Seems good. It stops them from gaining life for a little while, slows down the process and the bleeding a little bit. That's a bit of a bummer, though. Bit of a bummer, huh?
Thanks. I'll be taking.
All right, that's not terrible. That's not terrible.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
If we see something really good off the top here come out of their hand, that's going to be really bad because that means their next card's going to be even worse. It does look like they might have two really good cards, though, because they're struggling to make the discard here. Makes sense. March of the Wretched Sorrow comes down on Liliana. Kind of to be expected. No big deal. All right. Let's... What do we want to do here? Kind of want to create a ninja. I kind of want to create a ninja because I really need to start drawing some cards here. Gotta start drawing some cards here. Shieldred's on the board again, which is a bit of a bummer. We can make a chump though with the ninja and then keep attacking with the 2/2 zombie. There's no good plus here, so there's definitely a minus coming our way. What do we give up though? I suppose we give up the 2/2. No biggie, and they can't really attack him with the Shieldred then, because then they just leave their Liliana exposed. Well, not in this case anymore. Wow. Talk about the perfect board, huh? Or the perfect two cards in hand. I need the Kaito to help us out here for the card draw. There's no way I can allow it to just die off. All right, come on, Kaito, hit me something good here. That'll work. That'll work. All right, we got two planeswalkers as opposed to their one. Should be able to win that value train all day, but it all depends obviously on our top decks and how well these go. They find a land, love that. We find a creature, love that as well. Create a ninja, there's no reason not to. Plus our Liliana. Our Lilianas are gonna have to race this out a little bit here, but I have the board state, developing, so feeling good. I am afraid of obviously one Invoke Despair can really ruin this value train. All right, both of you here, you here. Looks like I could take over the game now at this point. We finally stabilized for the time being. Again, mono black has one hitter cards that just scare the life out of me. All right, let's draw a card. Pop it, Stitcher. Where you been my whole life, man? If we're gonna discard, we might as well do one of these, huh? All right, let's go.
Drop it.
Let's go. We just need one more token to transform Pop It Stitcher. Hopefully we can draw into a counter spell. That'd be nice, but the counter spell is not going to be that relevant anymore because it does allow your opponent to pay 4 to get out of it. So I'm hoping that's not going to be the case. I think they just drew into a creature. I think that's why we're getting slow rolled here, because they're trying to figure out a way around the fact that we have Liliana to minus with. That would make the most sense as to why they're kind of holding up here on this play. Just contemplating whether or not they have a chance. Audio went out again though. I'm gonna have to reset my game after this one. Sorry guys, but Really fun first game. I mean, there's a lot of back and forth here. Very, very close. And again, it's not over yet, but it feels like we're getting, we're swinging back in the other direction here. I hope the opponent's not roping us. That would be really sad after such a good game. Only one card in hand, not a whole lot of things to decide on, so maybe I can give him the year go without being a complete jerk. Let's give him a hello. Hello, anyone home? All right, well, looks like we might be getting the rope treatment, which is really, really sad because we had such a really fun game. Well, they just touched the Meat Hook Massacre. Maybe they're back. And the scoop. Okay. That'll do it. We didn't even get the Poppet Stitcher to transform though, which is a little bit of a bummer, but fun game though. Fun game. Yeah, that was a really fun game. Mono black is tough to beat, man. It's hard to outvalue and outgrind a mono black deck with all their abilities to draw cards and things like that. It is a lot different now though that they don't have like the Deadly Dispute sort of you know, transition with the eye twitches and stuff, but still pretty powerful combination. I suppose we can try this out. I hope it works out. We do have the Kaito early, so hopefully that'll do the trick. And we don't go until turn 3 though, which is a bit of a hit, but hopefully it'll be enough by going first. Nice. That's actually really good. That'll help our Kaito draw us cards immediately. Love that. And Overgrown Farmland is indicator that we're up against something aggro, and it does look pretty aggro. It's going to be a Selesnya deck here. Now I do kind of want to just hit the flip the switch next turn, to be honest, because I have a feeling that we're gonna see something like a Jukai Naturalist, right? So part of me wants to just try to hit the flip the switch on that, but maybe I don't mind it. Maybe we just give that up and then try to do a flip the switch the following turn on their like their Hollowed Haunting or Haunting Hollow. I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is here, to be honest. I don't know which one's going to be the better choice. So I'm going to go with the Kaito and just kind of press my narrative of drawing cards here. All right, another flip the switch is not bad. Not bad. We can keep the beatdown game going with these. I do need to eventually find the Poppet Stitcher. Really bad. See, that would have been a really good counter, but there goes Jadar. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right, another Subtle. These are not cards that I really want right now. Subtles are not exactly what I'm looking for. Give me something good here. Poppet Stitcher. Okay, let's go. Let's hopefully have this, you know, stay on the battlefield for at least one turn cycle here, and then from there we can really start popping off with these Subtles and these flip the switches. Startle's a much better card when we're looking at a Poppet Stitcher on the field, because we're really trying to generate these tokens, right? And Poppet Stitcher is going to generate us a you know, a zombie token every time we cast an instant or sorcery spell. So these fall right into those categories, and they produce their own tokens of themselves. So should be able to get a lot of value here. Spirited Companion's a bit annoying. They're gonna draw a card. It looks like they're trying to, you know, find their third land drop though, which is great. Great for us. We allow it. No big deal. Oh yeah, we're on tapping now. Yeah, they're in trouble. They are in trouble. We're drawing another card too, by the way, which is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Not bad. All right, we got this and this. Yeah, I think that's plenty. Obviously, the phasing would be a lot of fun at some point in this game, which we'll end up doing, I'm sure, once they get more of a board state. As of right now, though, I'm not too worried about it. Let's go ahead and end our turn and just focus on hitting them with the flip the switch and maybe a Subtle to protect our Kaito. That will be great. And then the next turn, Poppet Stitcher's gonna, you know, flip over, and we're gonna be having a good time. The phasing is gonna be a lot of fun too. We'll see some good stuff off of this. Okay, that's gonna get the 1/1 counter. The Weaver's not gonna resolve. We get 2 zombie tokens. They try to send the attacker into Kaito. Kaito, they think is going to be dead, so they send a 2/2 at my face. I hit him with the Startle. Startle weakens the visitor, so I still have Kaito. I draw a card and create 2 more zombies. We transform this, and bada bing, bada boom, we got ourselves 3 zombies that don't go anywhere after we attack. And we've got such a great hand here, man. Such a great hand. I'll send 2 of these through. Maybe just 1, because I can double block this if it gets any bigger. Yeah, this is fine. Just do the slow beat down right now. We're well ahead of them right now, so I'm gonna go and take my time with this. I think we're gonna do the exact same thing, just sort of counter, and then startle. This is all good stuff. They're gonna think their generous visitor is gonna get bigger than our, 3/3s possibly here, and then they're gonna try to attack, and we'll hit them with the subtle. That is not going to resolve, my friend. This is huge, man. This is huge. Huge turn. They're definitely sending in the Spirited Companion. I would imagine, right? Like, trying to trade out with one of my 3/3s. Hard to say. Hard to say if they're going to do it or not. We're so far ahead, though. I mean, our tempo game right now is looking really strong. We're tempoing really nicely right now. And there's the scoop. Yeah, this game was pretty much over. We had this startle. Boom, we block, we kill it. The rotten reunion, or what is it, reunion? Rotten reunion. We're gonna hit this, create another one. By the next turn, we were gonna have at least 2 more zombies on the field, and they're gonna have 1 less attacker. And still Kaito going strong. We had the phasing, which could have swept the board at any point and given us, the same battlefield we had currently, and then they would have just been reset with lesser creatures. So good, solid game. On to the next one. All right, so far so good. Only 1 game away now from Platinum Tier 1, which feels nice. We're almost already to Diamond this month, which is kind of crazy to be only the 3rd day into the month when I'm recording this. I guess that's Dominaria for you, though, man. It's making some splashes for sure. A lot of the junk is gone, so feels good, man. Let's see, what do we got here? Come on, opening hand, be good, be good. All right, we got the Raven plus the Liliana, which is a good combination, but we are lacking a second black source. I still think this is good enough to get some stuff going, hopefully. A second black source off the top would be absolutely ideal. That's fine. There it is. There we are. All right, next turn we start doing the discarding effects, and we start taking advantage of the Raven Man, which might just get killed here by some sort of cut down effect, I'm sure. Infernal Grasp, same thing. Another Liliana of the Veil. All right, let's go ahead and start the discarding effects here and see what we can pull off the opponent's hand here. Let's get the Liliana off. We only need 1. I do need to find some better tools, though. I need to find some card draw. Maybe like a Kaito would be really good. We'll see. We'll see. Then now I got a 2/2 that has Menace on the field, which is a bit of a bummer. That's also pretty good just because of its playability with, exiling the graveyard when we make them discard. All right, we can hit this for 2 as of right now, which is not great. I have a feeling if I minus this, we know which one they're going to take out. It's going to be this, right? I mean, it's got to be. I think we stick strong to the discarding effects here. I think we do. Because if we find a land next turn, we can, hit him with the Meat Hook Massacre for a good amount and hopefully be good to go. Also, we got the Raven Man here, which is great, spitting us out these 1/1s. So there's always a possibility that if we find the... Poppet Stitcher, we're good to go with that as well. That makes things tough too, though. All right. Well, now we got a tough decision to make here. I think we make the block here. And hope for a land. Nice, we get the land. That's so clutch, actually. All right, so what's gonna happen here is we're gonna attack in. We're gonna play this for 3. 1, 2, 3. Bada bing, bada boom. Board state is cleared, and then we'll go ahead and minus the Liliana, taking out their last shakedown heavy. Now we have a little bit of a problem here though, in the fact that our opponent still has a card in hand and we don't. So we're hoping the Liliana is more value than whatever is in their hand, which looks like it might be. Looks like it just might be. And we're gonna get their last card out of their hand here. They say, oops. Oh man, they didn't keep their land in hand and got absolutely destroyed by my Liliana's effect. Let's go here, and what do we want to get out of their yard? Probably just a heavy or something. There we go. Plus the Liliana. Bada bing, bada boom. We got a little 2/2 zombie, which I don't really plan on attacking with. If we get a Papa Stitcher, we're gonna be in good shape. Yeah, it's a bit of a bummer. I still want to plus the Liliana, even though I have a card in hand. I think it's still a good plus. Saving these zombies though, saving the zombies. I know they can't block. I know they're not valuable, and we do it, guys. We somehow outvalued them, even with no cards in hand. We really struck gold by getting rid of that Invoke Despair, and it was a really good land. You know, we hit a land drop on the key land drop that we needed to get that meat hook off. So that was a really good game, man. We had everything kind of fall into place perfectly there. I love it. Can't lie, that was a strange game though. That was a very strange game. I didn't like the way it was flowing. I obviously love the Raven Man mixed with the Liliana. I think that's fantastic. But if we don't follow it with like a Poppet Stitcher right after, we can lose a lot of value pretty quickly with that. So, little more ideal. We've got Kaito, which is great, and works pretty good with Jadar. Not exactly as good as the Raven Man, but still works pretty good with Jadar. There we go, Raven Man it is. Look at that. It's like they heard me. Oh, and a Poppet Stitcher. Okay, we might actually be able to get the full on combination, you know, going here. So this is going to be really, really good. Let's just draw and discard so we could create the flyer, because we're going to need the tokens over anything else here. All right, let's just get rid of the second Kaido. We might regret that, but I'm going to go ahead and send it. Nothing that they couldn't do already that if I attack in is going to screw me over. So let's go and attack in with the Raven Man. We get the 1/1 bird. Poppet Stitcher comes out next turn, and then we create another Raven, and just keep that, hopefully that train rolling. Ah, Hero's Downfall. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Here's what we can do. I guess attack with the Raven, drawing into a card here, get some card advantage going. Switch to backup plan.
I know something you don't know.
Backup plan engaged. Next turn, I can minus the Kaito, creating another token, and then go Poppet Stitcher. And then we got a really healthy board state. All right. It's annoying. But if our creatures all become 3/3s, not that big of a deal. That's a good find. You know what? Let's do this instead, because it's a good blocker to this. So if we're going to do this instead of the Poppet Stitcher this turn, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and attack in, drawing another card. Hold on now.
No secret I can't.
Hold on now. This could get interesting, actually. Do we allow the attack to get through so we can play that out? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. I think we just plus this up. All right, we got a 3/4 body now that can block the Trespasser pretty easily. Poppet Stitcher ready to go, and then also, you know, we have the phasing, which is fantastic. That's fine. We don't really care too much about that. Again, once we get the phasing off here, we're going to be in really, really good shape. Yeah, this is going to be pretty solid. This is going to be really, really cool. All right, so let's get the Poppet Stitcher down. Love that. Attack here. Draw a card. This is going very well, because they don't really understand, I think, what's about to hit them. All right, we allow everything to get through here. This is fine. This is fine. I probably should have bounced this back to their hand prior to me taking all that damage, but it should be okay. Cut down. All right, well, I guess we'll use it on our own Poppet Stitcher then. Poppet Stitcher back to the hand. I could ult the Kaito. Don't get me wrong. Sounds like a pretty solid plan. But I don't really want to. I don't really want to. I don't know what the right... I really don't know what the right idea is here. But I'm going to go ahead and send it with the bird. Do the phasing, I believe, might be the right call here. Go straight to level 3. Now we draw a card so we don't take as much damage from the Shieldred. And we go Poppet Stitcher. And we got, you know, a good thing brewing now. And then we got a Kaito that I can ult without actually losing it. And we can continue to gain value off of, which is pretty fantastic. Invoke Despair. That's it's not fine. There goes the Kaito. It's okay though. They only got one card off of it, and that's all their mana being tapped out. So we should be able to take a huge advantage here, especially because we have a Meat Hook in hand. This is what we call a perfect combination with the phasing here. So the Popper Stitcher switches out, and then we go Meat Hook for 2. And that clears up the entire lane for all 5 of my attackers, but they are only 1/1s for this time being. It's all good though. We attack in. Jadar comes down. Jadar comes down, creates a 2/2, and which is also a 3/3 because of the Poppet Stitcher. And what's nice too is it doesn't have Decayed. So Jadar is going to spit out a 3/3 every single turn, which is so good. The only problem we have here is if our opponent runs out a Meat Hook Massacre of their own, we're, you know, kind of screwed. Yeah, there it is. We had to try though. I mean, we had to do what we had to do. Maybe saving the Jadar might have been the play, just hanging on to it for a little while, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. We do have the Rotten Reunion, which gives us 2 more bodies. Decline. That's nice as well. It's not bad. All right, we'll save the back half of it for after. This is not bad though. Being able to startle something is going to be pretty solid, I think. That's annoying. This is an artifact. We lose this. That's a bummer. Okay. All right. Fair enough. They draw another card, which is a bit unfortunate. Dude, Mono Black is in a really good spot right now. I can't lie. Mono Black is really solid. Let's just eat all these Invoke Despairs up so I know exactly how many they have left and where they're sitting at. Decline. That's a good find. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to attack first. We're going to settle our own zombie here. A Meat Hook for 0. Oh, but a Meat Hook for 0 then doesn't allow the Liliana to come down, which is the whole goal here without losing value. Still worth it, I think. We lose out on the Meat Hook here, but I still think it's worth it. I still think we try to get this out because we need to start making them discard. I think the you know, Mono Black just has too much value and card advantage. Somehow we've drawn a lot of cards this game with Kaito, and we're behind on the card advantage. That's just goes to show you how good Invoke Despair can actually be, man. It's pretty wild how good that card is. I have a feeling they have another Junji if they discarded that one. Maybe? Maybe. $10 to 10. They have 2 cards in hand though that I do not know about. Yep, it's another Junji. Okay. Decline this. I really hope that last card in hand's not an Invoke Despair, else I'm gonna really regret not plussing this up here. But Junji goes out. They get to bring another creature back or make me discard. I actually hope they make me discard. No, they're going for the graveyard play here. They bring back Shieldred. Okay. Bummer. At least we got a decent block against one of these, but I mean, Shieldred's just gonna keep bringing back value, man, and they're gonna kill Liliana, which is another bummer. Oh wow, they're going face. They're going face. They're trying to get aggressive here. I think they've got this. I mean, let's be real. I think Mono Black here's got this. It is good we just got to the next tier up though, so we oh, you know, this isn't even gonna, it's not even gonna kill it, is it? Because it's got death touch. Yeah, I don't think it is. It doesn't matter. I don't think it would have killed it anyways. The death touch would have hit first, and then no, it should have actually, it should have killed them. All right, evolved. I mean, I need a Meat Hook Massacre or bust, and I've already, you know, had two, so losing the Meat Hook Massacre didn't actually pan out in our favor there, did it? All right, let's transform this back. At least it gives us a body to work with here. Okay. We lose a life when they kill, when one of their creatures dies. We just lose this game. It's a wrap. It's just a wrap. We're gonna go ahead and die on our own hand here. Meat Hook Massacre kills me. GG. G to the G, my friend. Okay, what are we doing here? You killed me, man.
Off you go.
All right, on to the next one. We did just hit the next tier up, like I said, though, so we're not losing anything on that game, which is nice. Let's get one more in here. All right, we're gonna see if we can just squeeze one more quick game in here. This is definitely a keepable hand for sure. It looks like we're up against maybe a control matchup though, so flip the switch gonna be pretty good, but I doubt Meat Hook is gonna be that good. It could be though. We'll see. We'll see. We see some Bant colors come down right away, which tells me probably gonna be 5 colors if I had to make a guess. 5 colors. Oh yeah, that's gonna be 5 colors for sure. All right, how do we want to deal with this next move here? Startle's probably no good. Let's go ahead and just go with the Jadar. Get the Jadar down, and then maybe a Poppet Stitcher next turn. Just get, you know, get started right away, but I don't know how much value that's gonna hold. Liliana? Ugh, sorry guys, I'm very tired. Very tired. It is late here while I'm recording. Extremely late. Raven Man usually is followed by something like Liliana, so I wouldn't be super surprised if that's the case. Wish I had gone first this game. Raven Man chooses not to attack into the Jadar. Pretty smart choice. I would have probably made that trade. And then I'm stuck between either the Poppet Stitcher or the Flip the Switch. I'm gonna attack with both of these here and see what they want to do, if they want to make a block against Jadar, because if they do, I can go ahead and play out the Startle, which would be a pretty interesting play. Kill the Raven Man. I'd rather not. I'd rather this attack just get through. And then do I play the Poppet Stitcher or not, guys? What do I do? What's going to come down on turn 4? I mean, it could be Wandering Emperor. It could be a lot of things. I just don't know what they're playing, man. We're seeing, you know, 5 colors potentially here. So I'm not sure what they're playing. And obviously they're going to be leaning into the legendary stuff with the Plaza. I'm just going to play the Poppet Stitcher just for the fact that, you know, I don't know what we're up against. And if I don't know what we're up against, I'd rather just, you know, maybe implement my plan as opposed to worrying about what they're going to do. I don't know. This could be the wrong choice, though. Definitely could be the wrong choice. Does resolve. It does resolve, and it's a good enough body to block the Raven Man here. Is this all legendary spells? I can't remember. Add mana to cast a legendary spell. So that would actually technically work for like Meat Hook too. So they do have their double black for a Meat Hook if they want to cast. But they'll have to do it for at least 3 to get value out of it. Or they can attack in and I can make a silly block, which would be bad. All right. I have a good creature to sacrifice here, so I've got to imagine they're going to draw a card. Is that the play? Sorry, my ear itches. All right, they do draw a card, which I figured. Nobody's discarded anything yet, though, so opponent's still sitting on this Raven Man doing nothing with it. And I have Poppet Stitcher out here now, which means I'm going to be doubling down on all the zombies that I create off of these, you know, extra plays here. Opponent though tapped out. Don't know what could possibly be holding priority. I guess just, you know, their attacks, whether or not they want to attack. All right, cool. Simple turn for us. We're just gonna simply pass it on back over to them and hold open the flip the switch for a counter spell here. And then once we do that, we're gonna have enough to transform the Poppet Stitcher, which is fantastic. Obviously, barring that they don't make us sacrifice a creature here, that would be pretty annoying if they did. That actually would slow us down quite a bit if they make me sack this zombie token. That'd be a pretty big bummer. I might actually choose to sack the Jadar instead. Who knows? Who knows? Looks like they're trying to target the Stitcher with something. It's 5 colors, so who knows, man? It could be anything. All I know is flip the switch is going to be good here because they definitely won't have 4 mana excess to pay to stop whatever it is I'm trying to counter. Because they played out a tap land, so even if it's a 1 mana spell, they're toast. All right, this is a legendary Urborg. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna read that whole paragraph because it doesn't really matter. We're just gonna counter it. Doesn't really matter. I gotta imagine they're gonna transform here. But I mean, a sacrifice wouldn't be terrible. Yeah, they do transform. I wonder if they're gonna go over the top for some life gain here, or if they're just gonna hold that back for some blocks. They go over the top. All right, which I actually prefer, to be honest. I prefer that move. And now Jadar is a lot more valuable to us because it's going to spit out a zombie every single turn. So we're going to hold that back. And we'll look to draw cards with Kaito. And I mean, this is going to be really, really good. Really good. I can create a ninja too if I felt like it, which would be another 3/3 body. I could get massively aggressive. But I don't know if that's the move. We'll see. I think it's to draw a card. I really do. I don't know. Actually, 1, 2, 3. This is going to create a 4th. This create a 5th. I mean, we could put them in a really, really tough spot here where we force them to absolutely need a sweeper. Yeah. I think I'm going to force their hand here because they're not going to be able to go wide enough to stop this. Let's end the turn, create another zombie. Now they're in a really, really tough spot. They have to answer the board with the sweeper or they're done. Obviously having 5 colors and having all 5 colors present on the board, they've got a really good domain, you know, drag to the bottom. But they meat hook for 3. Yeah, I figured as much. Okay. They meat hook for 3. That does reset things. They did have the answer. Bit of a bummer. We can meat hook for 3 as well. What that's not going to kill this. So do we just keep the do we drop the startle? Maybe. I think I'm going to drop the startle here. Drop the startle, which does draw us into a card. But of course they had the meat hook massacre. Come on. Dang it, we were so close. We were so close to closing out that the game strong here. All right, here we go. Would have liked to use the startle for something a little bit better than that, but looks like we get another one though, so that's good. Cool, we get a meat hook as well. A meat hook for 1 seems pretty solid. Actually, really solid. They don't fall for it though. They do not fall for our game plan there.
Thanks. I'll be taking that now.
All right, meat hook for meat hook. Let's see it. Let's make the exchange here. We're even on meat hooks now. 3 cards each in hand, but I do have my Poppet Stitcher on the field and the Kaito, so I am ahead on value, I believe. But obviously, with them being 5 colors, anything can change in an absolute heartbeat. They have, you know, Kami War. We're in Kami War range right now, which is pretty wild. I hope they don't have that, but I do have the answer with the meat hook if it does come down to that at some point. All right, we'll decline this again. Keep it safe. This is kind of nice. I do want this gone, to be honest, though. That's interesting. That's an easy answer, actually. It's a very easy answer. Okay, cool. Liliana comes down, answers the board state very simply.
Distractions. Let's make this quick.
And then we get the Raven. Man, it creates us a Raven because we did discard with the Kaito. And then we say go. Let's go. Now we're starting to, you know, get back into this game a little bit. And what's nice is we have Liliana paired with Kaito, so we can actually attack in with the Raven, draw a card for card advantage, and then discard a card as well. Kind of keep the cycle going without losing too many cards. And they're just going to be discarding hopefully the whole time, and we should get the advantage over them that way. All right, that's a tough one. That's a tough one to deal with right there. Flip the switch. I mean, countering something seems nice. I can make him discard twice here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold this. I don't like this because I don't like this card. It's a really scary card, but I think it's the best I can do right now. And we forced them to discard their last card in hand. And now we have a counter spell too. We have a double block. This is not terrible. This is not terrible. I can actually triple block. Yeah, so we got a third one here. Yeah, this isn't terrible. I like that we have this, but they might have enough mana to answer the 4. Potentially. We'll see. We'll see. They do. They have enough. Yikes. Did they have anything less than a 2-drop though? I mean, what? They just exiled half their deck there. That's going to end up milling themselves out, I have a feeling. Interesting. Giada's Gift. That's fine. I mean, I can't do anything about it anyways. Bummer. Absolutely a bummer, man. Of course, they top decked a 2-drop of all things. Crazy. I could still triple block, though. So there's no good attacks for them just yet. Sitting okay right now. They have their own Raven Man, though, which is a bummer, man. I don't like that at all. I could draw into my sweeper, though. A sweeper would be really nice. The phasing, that would be amazing. All right, we decline this all day. Little draw discard action here. Come on, phasing would be the best thing I could find off the top here. That'd be so good. It's not terrible. 3, 5, 6. We're getting close. Actually, we're gonna attack here and then give them the options to make blocks. And then if they do, we have the meat hook to close. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. We're gonna create another Raven here. So if we create another Raven, is that good enough though? I still have the -2 here. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Hopefully they at least block with the Raven Man. That would be fantastic. But hopefully, I mean, if they block with Joda, I'm in really good shape. We'll see. They can't take 9. There's no way they take 9 here, right? They gotta block something. They gotta block something. Come on, Joda, step up. Step up, man. I don't like the fact that if I do this, though, we're gonna have to give up the Raven Man. It's such a bummer. I still think it's worth it, though, but it's just a bit of a bummer. Gotta get rid of that Joda, man. Gotta get rid of it. Got to go, man. You got to go. All right, now they're at the mercy of their top deck. I have a counter spell, hopefully good enough to counter anything decently sized. And I don't want to plus this because I need to hang on to this. Liliana's there though if I need a -2 in case things get a little weird. If they get like another card I can't answer for some whatever reason. Over Fiend, there we go. That's a card I couldn't answer currently. So let's minus the Liliana, call that a day, and all right, here we go. Let's draw something good, please. Decline. Oh, another Poppet Stitcher. That's actually really solid. All right, we're gonna minus for sure. Minus for sure.
Sacrifices must be made.
And we plus this.
I know.
Oh, that's so good too, though. That's so good. What do we do here, guys? Man, I feel like I have to hang on to these two cards, but this is just endless value. Oh, I hate this. I absolutely hate this, but I have to go this route. I have a feeling this is the best route to go. I really do. I have a feeling they're going to top deck something pretty juicy here, and if they do, I got to be ready for it. There it is. I'm so glad I did that. I'm so glad I saved that, man. Holy cow. Double zombies. Decline. GG's. Holy cow, what a game, dude. That was so close. That was so close to being bad. Woo, baby, let's go. That is going to conclude today's gameplay portion of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We are going to break the deck down now in full and talk about it in depth. But before I do that, I want to give a huge shout out to everyone who's made it this far into the video. It means the absolute world to me because it helps a lot with the YouTube algorithm when you stay this long. So I do appreciate that a lot. With that being said, let's take a look at today's deck. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I was looking for any reason whatsoever to try out this new phasing card, and I think we found the best way to use it. I think there might be other ways to use this that are pretty creative, but the idea behind this deck being a Poppet Stitcher deck made a lot of sense to me, that these two cards kind of go hand in hand together, because again, at the beginning, like I was saying, if we sweep the opponent's board, giving them these Phyrexian tokens, it's not a big deal if we have more than them, because as long as we have more Phyrexian tokens than they do, the Poppet Stitcher obviously gives ours base power and toughness of 3/3, making it a bad exchange for the opponents, which is awesome. And then you can kind of get creative with the phasing parts of this card, obviously, and play around with it a little bit. We didn't get to experiment too much with it, but it seems like a really fun card, to be honest. And then from there, I knew I needed a lot of token generation things. We already had a ton of those things with zombies. Obviously, things like Jadar makes a lot of sense, because special keyword on this card says that it creates these zombies if there's no zombies with Decayed. And there will never be a zombie with Decayed as long as the Poppet Stitcher transformed, which means we get a 2/2 zombie every turn, and we'll never lose those zombies. So there's value for days on that card. I found these two cards I've actually never seen before, that or ever used before, but Startle was a really good card for us because it's a good way to kind of surprise the opponent with some combat tricks. Also, drawing us a card is great, and it creates a zombie. There's a lot to be had in this little 2-drop card that there's a ton of value packed into this, especially being a common. And then, of course, Flip the Switch was a great counter spell, also creating us a zombie. I had to keep that in there as well. And then I also wanted to try out the Raven Man with Liliana. I thought that made a lot of sense. Obviously, the Raven Man spitting out these birds, which, of course, any sort of tokens, not necessarily just zombie tokens, but any tokens will actually activate the Poppet Stitcher to switch. So the Raven Man, I thought, made a lot of sense. And of course, had to pair that with Liliana. And another thing we could pair the Raven Man with, as you've seen, is Kaito. Kaito is another way to draw and discard cards, because that also works to create these ravens. So Kaito worked really, really well. And in the late game, you can obviously just fill up your hand again. So Kaito is a really good card for this build. And then we splashed in 2 Tainted Adversaries for the late game, just to spit out a ton of zombies at once. Maybe even triggering the Stitcher when it needs it. A full playset of Meat Hook Massacres, just in case the opponent is going way wider than us. We've seen these token decks before, these Naya builds, or mono red aggro. You could just sweep the board nice and easily. Meat Hook is kind of important here in this build. We can always rebuild our zombies very, very easily. There's a lot of ways to generate zombie tokens, so sweeping the board is not a big deal. And then we splashed in 1 Rotten Reunion to get rid of those pesky, tenacious underdogs, things like that. But really fun deck, guys. I think I got everything here. Really fun deck. I had a blast playing this one. Again, this is not by any means one of our most competitive decks we've ever made. So don't go out and craft this if you don't have the wild cards for it, but enjoy it for what it is, which is pure nonsense and right up our alley. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. There will be another one, of course, tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. We've finally finished recording all of this week's videos, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. There's going to be a very unique video coming out here pretty soon too. I don't know when I'm going to drop it, but it will be a budget lists deck. It's going to showcase like 3 different budget lists that you guys can kind of make and play around with. But zero rare day, which I'm going to try out and see how that works out for content for you guys, and see if you guys enjoy it to mix it up a little bit. But yeah, that concludes today's video, man. Before I hop out of here, as always, huge shout out to the Mardu Mob. If you guys don't know, the Mardu Mob is the membership program here on the channel, and these people help support the channel, through their monthly memberships. And I got to give a huge shout out and thank you at the end of every single video to let them know just how much I appreciate everything they do for me and the growth of this channel. So big ups to you guys, huge shout out. And yeah, guys, that will conclude today's video. And that will do it. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the next video. I believe tomorrow is either we're going to try out the new video format of the budget decks, or if not, we have a Bant list that was very, very good. That actually got me to Diamond. So we'll see you guys then. Until next time, peace.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Swayze, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. Where's the upload, man? Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap.